Watch the apple and peach video he did about you. Bro, these blue pill people only focus on the shit that, bro, you know what is newsworthy and what Abba and Priest should be about if they're a commentary channel who cares about free speech? They should have made a video talking about the fact that I got deplatformed off of most of these social media sites. But he didn't. It doesn't matter.
My man's out here right now lecturing me, talking about, oh, Abba, if you cared, you would have talked about my deplatforming. Deplatforming is a big problem. Bruh, you out here sucking off Fresh and Fit, two guys who try to DMCA strike and get a bunch of channels deplatformed, right? You haven't sat in on a podcast with them and had a long-form discussion. All of a sudden, now that you're suffering, deplatforming is a big problem. If you felt so strongly, you probably would have said something, but you don't, because now you need to suck off their teats just to be able to make some dimes. Congratulations, you played yourself. Everybody warned you left and right that you probably shouldn't be doing this. Nigga, you can't swim. And then you decide to go in the deep end with the sharks, found out shit's a little steep. And all of a sudden you want everybody to jump in there, save your ass. You were warned, brother. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't like seeing you being devoured, but what more can a man do? Like J. Cole says, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. That's you. Today's topic, Sneako is deplatformed. After our last video, I was contacted and basically told, like, hey, why would you cover the fact that I was on Fresh and Fit and not the fact that I was deplatformed? And I was like, okay. And the reason why I didn't cover the deplatforming, to be honest with you, Sneako, is because I got some bad things to say, you know. No, it's true.
That's crazy.
Listen.
By not talking about it, he made you a favor, then you asked for it, and it was like, well, I'm going to come to you.
But there's two things that are true at the same time. One, I think the issue with deplatforming on this platform and others becoming more rampant is a problem. Okay? The fact that people cannot even be posting stuff and be removed from every social media, like, I'm not for it, okay? On the other hand, Sneako being deplatformed was one of the most unsurprising things of 2022. The reason being is I was telling him this for months. I was telling him that, one, if he keeps going on this way, he's going to lose everything. Two, that he was not only going to lose his channel, Sneako, where he's live streaming, but the main one where he does nothing. Why? Because YouTube has a rule in place where if you're acting wild or you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff or they want you off the platform and they decide to give you 3 strikes or whatever, they get rid of everything. Why would it make sense for a platform to deem the fact that you aren't fit for their channel, their platform, that you are an issue and that you are a problem, and then let you keep another channel where you get to do a lot of the same kind of content?
It's like when you get barred from a club and then you come back and it's like, yo, you're banned from here. Yeah, but I got a different fit. They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care.
You're banned. It's the person.
So
yeah, it makes sense.
On one hand, you don't want to see the homie lose his money.
No.
On the other, you're doing shit that's going to make you lose your money. You're being warned about it multiple times. You're out here bringing on folks who are white supremacists, folks who are talking about race realism, doing crazy stuff. Your clips are showing up in the Senate. You wildin'. You being warned. Hey, I let my nuts hang. I'm real. You guys are bots. Okay, well, guess what? You wanted, you got what you wanted. You're out of the matrix. I'm not celebrating. I don't think it's great. But I think sometimes people got to learn their lessons. You don't want to listen to nobody? Nobody can tell you nothing? Okay. This is what happens. This is what happens. Some of the stuff my man was doing was wild. Him talking about another female creator and then simulating himself banging her, okay, on a platform for a good 30 to a minute, okay, is wild.
Then I flew to Bucharest, Romania to meet with Andrew Tate and be on his podcast, and they hit me with the cyberbullying strike for a viral video that was uploaded 2 months ago. If it's not obvious, anything can be labeled as cyberbullying and anything can be labeled as harassment.
It's just, he glossed over the cyberbullying stuff, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about.
You know what's so funny about the internet? It hides the fact, and like this feminist garbage hides the fact that she's attracted to that guy making the videos. It is what it is. Girls, you could vouch for it. You know it's true. She would. She would. And you know this is true, what's so predictable? You could tell by the way she's talking that she hasn't been properly in a long time. It's been a while. So she's on the internet making this garbage video, promoting all this feminist garbage to your fucking lonely girls in the comment section. What you really need, Chad, is some yeah, shut up with your feminism. Yeah, come here, that's what you need. And she's gonna go, that's what you need. You need some sense. Fuck back into you. And you know what they're gonna do right after they did that? They're gonna clip that part and say, I'm an incel problematic, but you know it's true. You can hear it in her voice. She hasn't been properly in too long, and now you make no sense. That's what happens, man.
Bro, this man simulates sex like a virgin, okay? But moving past that, yeah, he did that about another YouTuber. Guess what? YouTube will come down, but you cannot do it on the job in front of millions of people. I don't know what people don't understand about this. There's plenty of things I can do at home with my homies or say with my homies. I can't do in front of y'all. I don't know what workplace you can ever exist in where you can simulate yourself fucking in front of customers, in front of advertisers, you can't do that. I tried to, you didn't really see what was that wrong with it. It's not like my man did something innocuous or something that's like, well, with this? No, a lot of this stuff was pretty clear cut, like, yeah, you're definitely violating the rules that exist. And it pains me to say this because a young man who, if he knew how to be smarter about some things and wasn't so just like, I want to be real, you look real dumb, honestly. That's all it is. If you were just a bit, you could have had longevity. You could have reached so many more people, had so much more influence. Actually, that is what Andrew Tate said after he got banned. After he got banned, he said, I should have been smarter about my messaging. I should have been smarter about this and that. Why? Because he recognized that the way he was acting was too wild to be viewed by this many people. Extra viewership brings extra money, brings extra scrutiny. Or as Biggie Smalls would say, more money, more problems. It's a conflicting thing. It's not good. I'm not happy. This is not a great thing. But if you're being honest, this is unsurprising. And secondly, you could even make the case that it's pretty well deserved. The moment he did that shit to that girl, I was already like, YouTube's on your ass. She's talking to her YouTube manager. Other people are talking to their YouTube reps. They've been tweeting at YouTube. It's like, bruv, when you cross that line, of course. What YouTuber do you think is going to get away with themselves simulating fucking another YouTuber? Now, if you're with the boys at home, that's one thing. Bruv, this is your job. Guess what? YouTube, as cool as it is and how everybody seems family, it's a job. You got managers, you got lawyers, you got agents, you got middlemen, you got negotiators.
You got guidelines. You got guidelines.
You got contracts.
In a workplace, you can't dress a certain way. You got guidelines. And it's funny because it made me think of a story when I was working customer service on the phone. And there was this girl always complaining about the company, and the company didn't do nothing about that. And one day, the cops come and took the girl. Mm-hmm. I mean, the girl left the call center in handcuffs. Yeah. And I liked the girl. The girl was great. Cool dude. Yeah. We had fun. I was like, what did the girl do? And they told me, well, she was selling credit cards from the client to someone else. And I was like...
Watch the Apple and Peach video he did about you. Bro, these blue pill people... only focus on the shit that, bro, you know what is newsworthy and what Abba and Priest should be about if they're a commentary channel who cares about free speech? They should have made a video talking about the fact that I got deplatformed off of most of these social media sites. But he didn't. It doesn't matter.
My man's out here right now lecturing me, talking about, oh, Abba, if you cared, you would have talked about my deplatforming. Deplatforming is a big problem. Bruv, you out here sucking off Fresh and Fit, two guys who try to DMCA strike and get a bunch of channels deplatformed, right? You haven't sat in on a podcast with them and had a long-form discussion. All of a sudden, now that you're suffering, deplatforming is a big problem. If you felt so strongly, you probably would have said something, but you don't, because now you need to suck off their teats just to be able to make some dimes. Congratulations, you played yourself. Everybody warned you left and right that you probably shouldn't be doing this. Nigga, you can't swim. And then you decide to go in the deep end with the sharks, found out shit's a little steep. And all of a sudden you want everybody to jump in there, save your ass. You were warned, brother. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't like seeing you being devoured. But what more can a man do? Like J. Cole says, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. That's you. I got the logs. I got the text messages. I got all the DMs. I got the voice notes. You were warned dozens of times. Now you want to act brand new. Oh, this happened to me. Okay. Well, listen. Take your matrix. Take your red pill. Go off to Bucharest. Suck off the Tates. And just maybe you might make a few crypto dollars. Because me personally, I don't give a fuck. Be accountable for the actions that you took. Because literally nobody, not one person on this planet is surprised by your downfall or you being deplatformed other than yourself. And if you had any kind of integrity, you would go talk to the people beside you who are in the business of engaging in the very actions that make you suffer today. But you won't do that. You won't do that. Huh? Trying to get me to talk about Palestine. Meanwhile, you kicking it with war criminals. Man, get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here.
Watch the apple and peach video he did about you. Bro, these blue pill people only focus on the shit that, bro, you know what is newsworthy and what Abba and Priest should be about if they're a commentary channel who cares about free speech? They should have made a video talking about the fact that I got deplatformed off of most of these social media sites. But he didn't. It doesn't matter. He'll get on calls and be like, oh, I care about you. I want you to do well. I don't want your platform to be taken away. I just want to see you make money. Okay.
First off, you're already taking an L because you're eating a drumstick with a fork. Fucking backwards ass weirdo. Now,
if you really care about what I'm talking about, you should have made a video talking about how I got deplatformed.
I can't listen to
if
that.
I really care about you making money, I should know. I cared about you keeping your career and going well, so I gave you advice to not get deplatformed. I find it so funny that you get on your final video and you're like, oh man, they deleted my second channel. Like, you're acting surprised. I told you this was gonna happen. I told you you're gonna lose everything. Jadion told you. Desi, all these people were telling you what was gonna happen. That's how you show somebody they care. Not after they fucked up, but before. When you warn them, bro, you going too fast. That's how you show somebody you care. I didn't have to tell you nothing. I could have just farmed you for views. I could have done a bunch of stuff if I really wanted to. I was warning you in private numerous times. Oh, I don't care. Okay, stupid. Well, listen, you played a stupid game, you won a dumb prize. Congratulations. You can carry on eating fucking drumsticks with your fork, looking dumb on live. I don't care. Go do whatever you want to do. But don't sit here talking about, blah, blah, blah. That's you, stupid. That's you. And again, these are 2 videos now. What have you not heard?
Accountability.
Okay. All the bad things are happening to you because the outside world's a problem. All right, young man. Okay, well, you carry on living like that. That's great. While you telling these women accountability, I haven't seen you take it a single time. Not once. Not once, but good job. Actually, no, he did do it once. When the Muslims cucked him into apologizing. Yeah. And he had to go religion. Now we took it.
They gained up.
Yeah, when somebody's about to smack him.
Yeah. I love Jews, though.
Stop. Hold on. New rule for you, Sneako. Right? No rule for you. You are not allowed to make fun of any religions on my stream until you make fun of Islam. After you do that, you're free to make fun of whatever you want, okay?
Look at his face. Look at his face.
2 hours
later.
Because I talk a lot about wanting to convert to Islam. I've always talked about how the religion that I identify with the most is Islam.
Come on, brother. You gotta.
No, that's it. I don't have anything to joke about Islam. It's a perfect religion, very peaceful. They're very accepting. I have nothing bad to say about that. Nothing but love for all religions. I love all religions equally, actually. I love Judaism, Christianity, Islam. They're all great. They're all great.
I keep seeing this meme in my head. You know, like those cucked porn videos where Sneakos just sitting in the corner and there's a Muslim man just fucking his values.
After nearly a decade of dedicating my life's work to YouTube.com, they terminated all of my channels. For those of you that don't know, before I started live streaming 3 months ago, I amassed 1 million subscribers on my main channel called Sneako, doing artistic, creative, funny videos with the motto of seeking truth through funny. Then when I started live streaming on my second channel, Sneako, I quickly grew to 850,000 subscribers in a summer. They had to do something. The theme of my live streams was labeled as Red Pill, which a lot of people on the internet misconstrue as some pickup artist, misogynistic women hating, when in reality, the analogy comes from the movie The Matrix, the red pill meaning the truth. Since the beginning of my streaming, the mantra I kept repeating to my chat was that freedom of speech is dead, and if they censor it, it's true. And since then, they got me for 3 strikes, and that's why they terminated everything, not just my second channel, but my main channel and any fan channel with my name in it. So I posted a YouTube short on my main channel saying, hey guys, I can't stream for 2 weeks. I'll see you soon. And YouTube hit me with the circumvention strike, and that's how they were able to delete everything off the platform. It's an excuse.
Okay, you saying it's an excuse isn't accurate. The rules in place because they don't want you continually posting to your audience, okay? You're already on thin ice. They give you the 3rd strike, okay? You're already on thin ice. You post again, doesn't matter what it is that you post. If they told you can't post, but you post elsewhere, they go come for that is. They're already watching you.
The feds.
This is why you gotta do something. You wanna go on Instagram, you wanna go on Twitter, whatever you got left, you post it there. Okay, there's a difference between 2 things. There's what's right and what's smart. Is this right? You can make the case for either or, but I would probably on the fact that I don't like people being deplatformed, whether I like it or hate them. Same thing I said for Fresh and Fit. I would say for this, I don't think they should be deplatformed. However, if you're asking me what's smart, this is so incredibly stupid. And a lot of the things that you did were incredibly fucking stupid. I'm telling people, be smart. If that's that's not being, that's you understanding you have an opportunity to help folks, influence folks, do whatever you want if you are just diplomatic. But folks don't want to do diplomacy. They want their way or the highway. Well, guess what? You work for a company. You don't want to negotiate. You don't want to be diplomatic. Well, they're going to tell you to take a hike because they don't need you. Do you guys understand that? Like, when you're on these platforms, the reason why you want to be on YouTube is because there's advertisers. Well, YouTube, understanding there's advertisers, sets policies in place so that they can protect their investment, which is the advertiser giving them money. You come in and you jeopardize that, then you think you don't have to negotiate with them or give ground on anything. Take a walk.
You work for YouTube. You work for YouTube.
They have more power at the table.
Listen, I don't know what job. In the things that you did, I don't know what job would have given you 3 strikes. No. If you go on a normal job, a normal 9 to 5, and you simulate that you're fucking one of your coworkers, I don't know how they're going to give you 3 strikes because that company is now liable. YouTube gave you the courtesy of giving you 3 strikes.
There's no consistency with the rules. They attack people who are going against their agenda. All the YouTubers that are celebrating me being banned right now have proved my point as well. They are so brainwashed and programmed that they can't comprehend the fact that celebrating the banning of another YouTuber is sick.
Well, I mean, I tried to warn him. And yeah, YouTube, I mean, look, it's YouTube's website. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If he broke TOS, then that's an L for him. But I warned him. I told him, like, he was moving mad.
That's not celebrating.
That's not celebrating.
That's not celebrating. He's not, yay! He's not like that. That has, the tone is not, yo, he said, you were moving mad. I'm trying to warn him. If he broke the rule, he broke the rule. That's not celebration, bruv.
How many people told you you were moving mad? Everybody was telling you you're moving mad, you're going to get banned. You didn't listen to anybody. You let your nuts hang, you did what you wanted to do, and then you got it. He's like, well, listen, that's you. We warned you. And you were moving mad.
I better stop celebrating.
You call that celebration? This is the hard-headedness and like the kind of like dumb speak that you do sometimes. I can't. You know what made me laugh too?
Wow.
I was telling him, you know, during our discussion, I was telling him, like, yo, listen, after some time, you know, fucking every woman on the planet, it just gets boring. Like, you ain't trying to get new pussy.
I remember that shit.
He's like, nah, it's just you getting older, whatever. I said, okay, whatever. You don't want to listen, don't listen. You like fucking, Sneako?
We all do, yeah.
You like fucking you, pussy?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that shit gets old.
Nah.
100%.
Nah.
100%. And I could point you to hundreds of players who are online right now who have videos of them telling you new pussy gets old. In fact, how about I tell you this one? And this is something even Andrew Tate says. This is something even Andrew Tate says. All right. Sex becomes overrated after time.
No, it's overrated now.
Yeah. He says new pussy. He's like, pfft. Why do you think that is?
Because you get used to it. It becomes like when you eat the same food over and over again, it becomes boring. That's why you get new. That's why you get new pussy, so you spice it up. Or keep upgrading.
But guess what? After you've had enough new pussy, there is no more new pussy.
There's always,
you understand?
There's always new pussy.
No, you think that. After you've had a few dimes, you realize dimes ain't nothing. After you've had some baddies, you realize baddies ain't nothing.
So what do you
why do you think so many of these dudes, as they get older in life, they stop talking about this shit nearly as much?
Because they get older and they're less testosterone.
It's not even that. It's you realize, like, bruv, the payout ain't worth the work in.
Because you get tired. You get older, you don't have as much energy. You get, bleh.
Dude goes to Bucharest, sits in front of Andrew Tate. What do you think Andrew Tate tells him?
I don't give a shit. You can give me the baddest bitch on the planet, the most beautiful girl on the planet. I don't care. I don't even know who she is, but she's out there somewhere, and she could DM me on Instagram, and I could look at her and go, wow, you're absolutely beautiful. But if she tries to meet me in a scenario that I think it's a setup, or if she says something I really don't like, sorry, goodbye.
Right.
Fuck you. What is it's pussy? It's sex. Who cares? It's a black hole. Hedonism is a black hole, and you can go down it forever, but you'll never be satisfied or satiated when you just go down the black hole of hedonism. There has to be a point where you wake up and realize, no matter how much pussy I fuck, this hole is going to stay as large and black as it is now, and that's just the way the game is. And you get to a point where you finally just say, I know I can fuck girls. I fucked enough of them, and this is just not that fun anymore. Would you play a video game that never ended? Would you you want to complete the levels and complete the game? If the game just goes forever, after 20 minutes, you're like, this is bullshit. It's just a game. That's the game of life.
I just think it's corny that you're gonna act like, oh, nobody knows what they talk about. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Then Tate repeats the same thing. All of a sudden, you want to listen.
Why is that?
It's like, okay, well, guess what? You didn't want to take the advice. That's cool. Don't take it. But don't be surprised when you lose a lot of them sympathy points when everybody warned you were going too fast, and then you went head first into a wall. That's all I'm saying.
Why do you think someone would do that?
What do you mean?
Switch like that because it's the same information.
Maybe he respects Tate. He looks up to Tate. Whatever it might be. I don't know. But I think if you can only take advice based off of who says it, then you're probably not most apt when it comes to learning. I can hear good things come out of people I even disagree with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can learn from people I disagree. Yeah. I can be like, you know what you're saying there is true. That makes sense. Or maybe that's something I got to think about. Right? Plenty of time.
That's where people call us, we're sitting on the fence and shit. Like, it's not a sport where everything your team does, you're with that shit.
True.
You choose a camp and you rock. I wear those colors. I bleed that. And every decision that team makes, you're like, yeah, even if that doesn't make no sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, maybe people think, oh, yeah, you're just sitting on the fence, but it's not really what it is.
The government is watching me. The senator of Michigan played my clip of a stream. The committee, the chair of Homeland Security, said that I'm a domestic threat and that I'm encouraging violence.
So that we all understand exactly the type of extremist content we are discussing today, and I'd like to take a moment to show a few examples, if you'd check the screen.
What really happened is Susan got a phone call from somebody on Epstein Island saying, you need to get rid of this guy. He's growing too fast and he's exposing the truth. You need to get rid of him before he keeps waking people up.
Ooh, the feds are going to get you.
I'm willing to just play that reply.
Ooh.
Okay. And Sneako brought this up to me. He's like, bro, are you afraid? I'm like, no. Why aren't you afraid? Because I know this isn't a big deal. I watched the whole thing. So I watched the Gold Senate thing where I showed up on the clip, right? I was on Sneako's podcast. What ended up happening, okay? And this is the wild shit where he's moving mad, okay? Is I'm having a conversation with Sneako and Jadion. We're just chopping it up, talking about stuff. It's a good conversation.
Right.
All of a sudden, Sneako brings on Nick Fuentes, white supremacist weirdo, okay? And this man starts going off about race realism, Jewish people, doing a lot of crazy talk.
Outlandish.
That clip gets brought up before the Senate. The Senate starts posting like 5, 6, 7 videos of people saying extremist stuff. And that was like the 3rd video out of the 7. And the reason why they brought up that clip wasn't because I was on screen, wasn't because Jadion was on screen, or because Sneako was on screen. It's because Nick Fuentes, who's banned from everything, whose bank account's been closed, and who's like the leader of a weird party, was on screen. So why would I be worried? Nothing's happened to me. Nothing was going to happen to Sneako, but he got his own problems there. The real issue was that you were bringing on wild people, and those people were being targeted. So that's the truth. Now, am I nervous? No, not really. I don't care. And nothing's really happened, and most of the other people who were on that panel, nothing happened to them. But he wants to build this narrative that the government and everybody was coming for him, and Susan and Epstein Island, all stuff. It's not that deep. The truth is, you got banned because you were acting wild on the platform, saying dumb shit and simulating yourself fucking another YouTuber, and that ended up being the final cross. That's the truth. But if you want to make it a bigger conspiracy thing because it makes you feel more important, do whatever you want. I'm just not buying it.
But what they don't realize is that I don't need YouTube.com to go connect with people. YouTube is just a platform that I used. What I really need is my voice and a camera.
So why you want us to cover it then? Well, the fact that he's saying that he doesn't really care, he doesn't really need that. But I'm like, why don't you talk about me being that the platform? I'm like, bruv, you cared. Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Two YouTubers that I looked up to when I was a kid, H3, Ethan Klein, and KSI are both making fun of me when I got banned, even though they're YouTubers. These are two YouTubers that before I even started YouTube, I looked up to as an example. And I saw them both sell their soul in real time. After they got canceled and after the same people that are coming after me came after them, they sold out. They gave up their principles and they apologized. They changed their agenda and they say whatever the fuck is on Twitter trending. Deep down, they both know that they sold out because I know. I've been watching them for as long as they've been making videos. So when someone like me comes around, they attack me instead of the bigger system that's controlling us all. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to wake you up. And they're jealous of the fact that they should have done what I did.
Well, I find it funny that a lot of these guys get up on these platforms and always preach all this stuff, but never take it for themselves. Cool. You the one messed up right now. You the one suffering all these negative consequences, but you can't see how you played a part in all of this. You don't see the part that you played in any of this, okay? I want to see these young creators do well. And a lot of them are doing supremely well. And I think it's dope that I watch these guys grow beyond anything I can even imagine. And I want to see them make all the money and change their lives, change their family's life, change their whole fucking lineage's life. I want that for them. If they just move a bit smarter, they can avoid losing that opportunity. That's it. That's it. After that, have whatever. I vehemently disagreed with Sneako for months. And I was telling him I disagree with like the vast majority of what you be saying because I think it's stupid. But I still gave him advice to not get deplatformed. Why? Because even though I don't see eye to eye to you, I still want to see you do well. You didn't take that advice. Now you say I'm not supportive. Okay. You know what fake people do? Fake people will sit there and tell you, oh, keep going, even though it's leading you to your doom. That's what fake people do. I told you shit you didn't want to hear and that shit upset you. Okay, well then stay. Maybe you're gonna learn this lesson one day. Maybe you'll never realize that you're too hard-headed and stupid to realize. I don't care. Now it's your problem. Because I can't do much more and I'm not gonna force my advice on nobody. Do what you wanna do. Anything else?
Oh, no.
No? How do you feel as a beta boo pill?
You know what?
What?
You would have said that a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago. I'd be like, I'm not no, but sure.
Who cares?
How do I feel? Platformed.
Yes, that's a bot thing to say.
Hey. Okay.
Hey, man. Listen.
Okay.
Hey, it's crazy, man. Man gets deplatformed and you realize how badly he wants to be plugged back into the Matrix.
It's crazy.
Right? Right? YouTube,
Crazy.
TikTok, all these things are part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, go be unplugged.